Okay, so it's Saturday, July the 8th, I think, or maybe it's the 7th. Anyway, so I wanted just to talk real quick about how I get from the picture that I've chosen for my painting to getting the picture, the drawing, onto the canvas. So I thought I'd show, to begin with, I had already talked about the fact that I had chosen a composition from amongst the different photos that I had. That's what you can see right here. I've printed out a black and white image of the subject that I've chosen. So from this point, I need to get it into a line drawing. And that's what I do with this. And essentially, because the composition is as I want it already, I don't worry so much. I take my photo, I place it on top of a blank piece of paper, I put a piece of graphic paper between that, and then I go ahead and I trace the pertinent parts of my image onto this blank piece of paper. Once the pencil tracing is on this blank piece of paper, I go ahead and go over that in pen lines, dark pen. And what I might do is I might add directional lines, I might add places where it needs to be shaded, but I certainly add all the contour lines of all the different shapes, and that way I can have that. So then what I do is I take this image and I photocopy it, and I get a photocopy. And then I take my photocopy and I draw in all the light and shadow. And really, I'm only working with 3 values, so I'm working with the light, the medium, and the dark. And generally speaking, I'm looking to see how to make shapes stand out against each other. So these 2 buildings are right next to each other, and I know that in order to make them stand out, there either is going to have to be a difference in value, a difference in color saturation, something to make them come apart from each other. So I know that in this instance, this building is going to be light, and this building is going to be like a medium value. And I also know that there's some dark areas here. I've got those added in. Underneath the awning is really dark. Maybe parts of this window are really dark. So this gives me an idea of the value distribution as I'm working on the painting, and I also can refer to that as I'm working on the painting to remember that, hey, you know, there's a shadow here, there's darkness there. It acts as a guide. So I keep this by on my wall actually as I'm painting. So the next step is to take this drawing and put it onto my canvas. And when I first started painting, I learned how to take a small drawing and grid that up into a larger drawing. And I did learn how to do that. It's called the gridding up method. I don't do that anymore because I have an opaque projector. So what I do is I take this image, I shrink it down to about 37 or 38% of its regular size. This is an 8 by 10. And then I take that shrunken image, I put it into my opaque projector, and then I shine that enlarged image onto my canvas. Then I go in and I trace that image onto my canvas from the opaque projector. So there's really no mystery there, but I think that I need to be honest about that. I'm not drawing that image freehand onto my canvas, nor am I enlarging it with the gridding up method, although I know how to do that. But I definitely take a small image, put it in the opaque projector, and put that image onto the canvas. So that's how I get there, and I just wanted to pass that information along. For anyone who might be watching who's a painter, who's wondering about this, the opaque projector has been an invaluable tool. In addition to the idea that I do know how to get a small drawing onto a larger surface with this gridding up method, the opaque projector just saves me about, you know, a couple of hours. So anyway, so that's it for today.